We're going to be learning about the order of operations, something that you learned in elementary school, but this time with integers and also with variables. So let's start. I think you guys learned the Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally acronym, and as you'll recall, the P stands for parentheses, but also for any grouping symbols, whether it be parentheses, brackets, braces, and from there, you would work from the inside out. So if you have more than one set of grouping symbols, you start in the middle and you work your way out. And even inside the grouping symbols, you need to follow the order of operations. And then the next is exponents. That's our second step. The third step is going to be multiplying and dividing in order from least to greatest. So it doesn't multiply before divide. It means to go in order from least to not least to greatest. I don't know why I said that. From left to right. So do multiplying and dividing from left to right in the order it appears in the problem, not necessarily multiplying before dividing. Same thing for adding and subtracting, going left to right. So in order from left to right, not always adding before subtracting. So let's jump right in and try some. We have negative 80 divided by 10 times 8 minus 3 plus 4. So the first thing is to do anything in parentheses. In this, it's 3 plus 4, which is 7. Notice the only thing I'm doing in this first step, everything else I am just copying down. So the only thing I did was 3 plus 4. Now I'm going to go through the second step and look for exponents. Now that my grouping symbols are gone, I don't see any exponents. My next step is to multiply and divide in order from left to right. So what's first? The division. We're not multiplying first because the division comes first from left to right. Negative 80 divided by 10 is negative 8. And notice I am just copying everything else, doing one step at a time to ensure I get to the right answer. I'm not done with multiplying and dividing. Now I need to negative 8 times positive 8, which is negative 64. And my last step is to add or subtract in order from left to right. There's no addition, there's subtraction. Both of these numbers have a negative or a subtraction in front, so they're both on the negative side of the scoreboard to give me the answer, negative 71. All right, let's try another example. Here we have grouping symbols, parentheses, and minus 3, so that's what we're going to do first. Everything else I'm going to copy down the way it is right now, only doing one step at a time. 7 minus 3 is 4. The next step is to go through and look for exponents. We have right here, this means 2 times itself twice, which is 4. And I'm going to copy everything else down exactly the way it looks. The next step is to multiply or divide in order from left to right. And so I have this multiplying right here. 5 times 4 is 20. And then I'm still not done with step in my order of operations. The next thing is to continue multiplying and dividing in order from left to right. So we want to divide before we add here. 20 divided by 10 is 2. The last step is to add. For my next one here, I have some variables that need to be placed with the numbers. So A is negative 3 and B is 4, and AB means A times B. So I'm going to use parentheses to show multiplication. Divided by negative 6, and then in parentheses we have B, which is 4, and C, which is negative 6. So using my order of operations, I'm going to do parentheses first and make this a negative 2, because on my scoreboard I have 4 positives and negatives, so that's 2 more negatives than positives. I'm going to keep that in parentheses just so it's from the subtraction sign. So the only parentheses I have are just separating a number from the rest of the problem. There's nothing to do inside the parentheses, and I don't have any exponents. So I'm going to go straight to multiplying and dividing. Now you'll notice right here I have kind of this like fraction. So whenever you have a fraction, you want to just complete the numerator using the order of operations and complete the denominator using the order of operations. So in the numerator, negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. Nothing to complete in the denominator, and then I have minus negative 2. So continuing on with my order of operations, I'm not done with multiplying and dividing. I need to do negative 12 divided by negative 6, which is positive 2. And then that is just subtracting a negative 2. Remember that whenever we have a double negative like this, it means to add. So we really have 2 plus 2 here, which is 4. All right, last but not least, I have a big fraction problem. So like I just said earlier, we're going to complete the numerator and the denominator separately using the order of operations. So in the numerator, I'm going to do the exponents first. This says -4 times -4 because -4, all of that is in parentheses, so all of that is being multiplied times itself twice. -4 times -4, of course, is 16, and I'll call everything else down the same. For this right here, I have a double negative, so that's like 5 plus 6, which is 11. Continuing in the numerator, I'm going to multiply before I add. 2 times 3 is 6. And then 16 plus 6 is 22. And this thing I'm going to do here is treat this like a fraction, right? Which is 22 divided by 11, which is 2. All right, thanks for watching.